Good day everyone, my name is Maynard Andumahilom and my topic is all about ecological balance. When we say ecological balance, is a term used to describe the equilibrium between living organisms such as human being, plants and animals as well as their environment. Ecological balance has been defined by various online dictionaries as a state of dynamic equilibrium within a community of organisms in which genetic, species, and ecosystem diversity remain relatively stable, subject to gradual changes through natural succession. And a stable balance is the number of each species in an ecosystem. When we say human being plays a key role to maintain ecological balance because they have the highest thinking capacity as compared to other living organisms. Sufficient food availability to all living organisms and their stability reflect the existence of ecological balance. Therefore, this balance is very important because it ensures survival, existence, and stability of the environment. Second is survival of all organisms in actualized due to ecological balance. Various species survive because favorable ecosystems were created. Favorable ecosystems ensures that each organisms thrive and multiply as expected. They get enough food to keep them alive. Ecological balance is also important because it leads to the continuous existence of the organisms. And the third, ecological balance ensures the stability of organisms and environment. It creates a conducive environment of organisms, multiplication, and thriving. It enhances a stable environment that is free from the ecological imbalances such as flood, hunger caused by drought, windstorm that may wipe out everything, and overhunting of the predators. This calls for collective efforts to ensure a stable environment is created. The most important point being that the natural balance in an ecosystem is maintained. This balance may be disturbed due to the introduction of new species, the sudden death of some species, natural hazards, or man-made causes. In this lesson, we will explore how human population and development affects the ecological balance. Take time to explore this site as you get away to the world of ecology. It has interesting articles and facts. There are features such as the environmental timeline that shows how there are different concerns about the environment throughout history. The environmental impact of war is an interesting article on how preparation of war and warfare leads to environmental losses. And now let's go back to the ecological balance. In a society, there are many jobs that help keep things running smoothly. A doctor, mailman, garbage man, or waitress. And also the farmer all play an important role in our society. Kung wala ang farmer, wala sa tayo makaon karon. So that's why pinaka-importante jud ang farmer. Similar to a society, species is an ecosystem. Each have a role in keeping the ecosystem running smoothly. For example, predators keep the population of mice under control. Insects, flowers, and worms decompose leaf litter. All species are important and help keep the ecosystem balanced. Ecological balance is a term describing how ecosystems are organized in a state of stability where species coexist with other species and with their environment. Even if an ecosystem is balanced, that doesn't mean that no changes even occur. A windstorm might roll through, wiping out a swath of trees. A predator might be overhunted, or a drought might reduce the availability of food resources. These ecological changes are called disturbances. A disturbance is any change that causes a disruption in the balance of an ecosystem. You can think of ecosystem like a house of cards, which with each card representing a species. Each card or species is necessary to keep the tower, the ecosystem balanced, and removing one species can cause a chain reaction field throughout the entire ecosystem. The good news is that an ecosystem will typically recover back to balanced state after a disturbance occurs. A great example of ecological balance is the predator-prey relationship between the Canadian lynx and snowshoe hare. When the snowshoe hare population increases, there is more food available for the Canadian lynx. Since there is more food available for the Canadian lynx, its population increases. Since there are more Canadian lynxes, they eat even more snowshoe hares and thereby cause the snowshoe hare population to decrease. When the snowshoe hare population drops, there is less food available for the Canadian lynx. This reduced food availability causes the lynx population to eventually drop. This cycle continues over and over, with each species keeping the other species population in check. In summary, the ecological balance brings the existence of the world. Earth's inhabitants such as human beings, plants and animals, and other micro-living organisms continue to survive. These species get the conducive environment to multiply and thrive. The world gets to produce sufficient food for all species. Hunger caused by drought becomes history. This is because the drought will never be experienced at any point. Also, green environment is maintained. This means that the world achieves its equilibrium state that benefits and protects all living organisms in it. That ends my report. Thank you for listening, and God bless.